Welcome to New Possibilities. I speak truth to power without fear. So we'll get started in a couple of minutes. Just bear with me. I want to give people time to tune in. So I'll be right back. So tonight I'm going to do a couple of live streams. There's a lot of interesting stories in the news, and I want to talk about them. So hopefully you all can ride with me on this trip. So this first story is out of Michigan. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show, first I'm going to provide some basic background information. Then I'm going to show this particular video. And then I'm going to get into my commentary. So just bear with me 1 second. I'm going to share my screen. So you have this situation where there was a dispute in Michigan between a Black woman and this white woman. This Black woman said that this lady bumped her daughter. They got into a dispute. And instead of me describing exactly what happened, I'm just going to show you the video footage, and then we can get right into the commentary. Also, there have been some developments in the case. Eventually, this argument escalated to the point where this white woman pulled out a gun and pointed it at this Black woman. Her husband was involved. And today they were charged with felony assault. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and play the video. I'm going to play the full clip because there have been some videos that were released that played a portion of what happened, and it gives a certain type of impression. Whereas when you see the whole video footage, you may have a different perspective on this whole incident. So let me expand this video right here and play it for you so you can see this whole incident for yourself.
Wants to violate a 15-year-old. She's ignorant.
Okay, so that was the video. Now I'm just going to read some excerpts from this story, and then I'm going to share my thoughts. And I'm really interested in hearing from you all. What do you all think about this? So this was in Orion Township in Michigan. There was this dispute. The mother and the daughter claimed that this white lady bumped the daughter, and it escalated into an argument, as you all saw. Um, and at one point, this lady pulls out a gun, and I just want to share some of my thoughts about this. Now, after this whole incident was captured on video, the video, of course, went viral, and there's been an investigation conducted, and the Oakland County Sheriff announced that the woman and the man driving the vehicle are both being charged with felonious assault, and that's a 4-year felony. Let's see if there's anything else. And they're supposed to be arraigned today. Yeah, it's just, yeah, I assume that that's today, or it may be the following Thursday. So there were 2 different videos online. And when you saw the first video, like there's a video that's shorter that just shows when the woman pulls out the gun. That gives you some kind of impression that nothing was going on, that this woman just pulled out a gun for no reason and all that kind of stuff. But when you see the larger video, it gives you some more context to the situation. So yeah, I'm not going to go over the facts again. You all saw the video, but what I want to do is first I want to check in with you all to see what you all are saying about this particular story. This has been viral. A lot of people have been talking about it. And before I get into my commentary, I want to see what you all are saying about this situation. Shout out to Ghostwriter. Shout out to B's Primetime Network. Okay, so this is what I think. I mean, there are a couple of things. First of all, off the top, that white woman overreacted. What she did was unnecessary and it was unjustified. And that could have been a deadly situation over some minor dispute. Her life was not in jeopardy. The mother and the daughter did not pose any kind of imminent threat to her that would justify pulling out a gun and pointing it at people. So I think that these charges against her are appropriate and everything. But at the same time, this is not a situation where this black mother and the daughter were completely innocent. Like, assuming that what they said was true, I think that they overreacted as well. But their bad conduct is not comparable to this white woman's conduct. It was completely inappropriate to pull out a gun on somebody. But at the same time, this is what happened. I mean, you have this mother escalating the situation, demanding an apology, and then proceeding to threaten not only the woman, but the man as well, threatening to beat the guy up or whatever, and basically trying to provoke him to react, trying to provoke him into a situation where he reacts in a certain way so that she could have this on video and then, press some charges against him. So her conduct, and then the other thing is this, as they were pulling out from the parking lot, it looks like this mother actually tried to block their path. She knew they were pulling out. There's no reason why she would be behind the car. And then also she saw that this woman was really trying to avoid having any kind of confrontation with her. The woman got in her car. She was, mild-mannered at the time when they first were having this exchange. And she rolled up her window, got in her car, rolled up her window. But the woman was still, the black woman was still confrontational. And she actually got behind the car and basically blocked the path out of that parking spot. So the black woman and her daughter, they were animated, they were hyped up. So they did, they are not blameless in this situation. they could have responded in a completely different way. And this situation didn't have to escalate into what it developed into. And it seems like there are a lot of people that are actually out here trying to look to make some video go viral. It's like they saw this situation popping off, and they first thing that they thought about was taking out their cameras and getting all hyped up. It's like they were almost like performing for the camera, trying to get capture something that would go viral on social media and all that kind of stuff. So the bottom line is this, the white family, the way they reacted was inappropriate. It was potentially deadly and stuff, and ridiculous and criminal, so they deserve the charges that they're getting against them. But I just think that the mother and her daughter could have reacted in a different kind of way. This situation didn't have to degenerate into what it became. And then another thing is, when the woman had the gun out, this black mother continued to approach this woman. And I'm just like, why would you even do that? Like, why were you trying to provoke some kind of confrontation, period? Not only at the point when the woman had the gun, but before then, basically threatening the man, challenging the man all up in people's face, yelling, cursing at people, trying to provoke people. It's like, why are you reacting like that? And we see this a lot in a lot of these situations. Like, there's some video that's going viral now where this black woman is confronting a black police officer, and she's all in his face, threatening him to do something and all this and that. And it leads to this man reacting in a certain kind of way. And I don't think either one of these reactions are justified, but it's like, it raises a question, like, why do so many women think that it's appropriate to act in this kind of fashion, like this uncouth, uncivilized type of fashion, overly aggressive, loudmouth, type of way? But, I don't think that it justifies this, this brutality and this, this oppressive conduct. But it just makes me question, like, why do some women decide to respond and react this way? Yeah, but for the people who are just tuning in, I encourage you to watch the video of this whole incident. Again, that's embedded in the article. The article will be posted in the description box. I'm really interested in hearing from you. What do you think about this situation? Tell me your thoughts, because again, this is another one of these situations where you have a white person that is in fear of black people, pointing weapons at black people. You saw the story that I did yesterday where you had this white couple pointing guns at peaceful, nonviolent protesters. That situation is different from this situation. But again, it's another reminder of how these people just have an intense sense of fear of black people. And a lot of times they manifest that fear in this way, where they're pulling out guns on black people, or they're either weaponizing the police against black people, where they call the police hoping that the police will deprive black people of their freedom or even their lives. So somebody said that she was practicing her Second Amendment rights. So should the black lady. We need to understand we're behind enemy lines and playtime is over in America. Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with that. And I think that we need to exercise our rights to bear arms, and we need to defend ourselves and our communities just like anybody else. But, in this situation, I don't think this white woman was, quote unquote, exercising her Second Amendment rights. The Second Amendment gives you the right to bear arms. It doesn't give you the right to assault people or to point guns at people when they're not posing any kind of threat to you at all. Even though this was a heated conversation and this woman was, getting like unruly and all that kind of stuff and, over the top, the black woman and stuff, that still didn't justify pointing a gun at her, because at no time did this woman pose any kind of real threat to anybody. Despite like her mouthing off and talking all this trash, she didn't pose any real threat. So With that, I'm going to say peace and blessings, everyone. I'll be back up here in a couple of minutes with another video. Please rate, comment, subscribe, like the video, share the video, hit that notification bell so that you'll know when I post new content on here. Peace and blessings, everyone. Have a great evening.